This is a brief instructional video on how nurses can apply for the Clinical Advancement Program, or in other words, the CAP program. It also outlines the responsibilities of the three individuals involved, meaning the applicant, their director or immediate leader, and their mentor. The goal of this is to help you understand your role in the CAP process. We'll review the location of the CAP documents, talk about the application process, and also discuss the requirements for each level since they have changed a little bit. To find your documents, go to the RRMC SharePoint site. With that being said then, because this is a nursing program, scroll over to the Nursing tab, select that, and that will take you to the Nursing SharePoint site. As you scroll down, there's a lot of information, and the CAP program is towards the bottom. Here it is on the right-hand side, the Clinical Advancement Program. Select that site, and then that takes you directly to the CAP SharePoint site. On the CAP SharePoint site, there is a lot of information. As you scroll down, you will see there's information when the CAP presentations are being held, the second Wednesday of May and November of every year. There is a list of those nurses within our organization who have met the CAP criteria. There's the advisory board, the individuals who help guide the development of the program. There is also a list of CAP mentors, which may change depending on movement of staff around. So please check that frequently. There's also a list of email addresses you can use to reach out about the CAP program. Then there are also the list of times of education events for reviewing the CAP process. These are 30-minute instructional meetings. You can register for them in HealthStream. Please take advantage of this. This is really important. There are also frequently asked questions that previous nurses have had about CAP, so please review this. Again, as you scroll down, then there are the documents associated with the CAP program. There are examples of previous posters. There are also poster templates and instructions in this folder right here. And then the CAP booklet is right here. Additionally, there is information about how to write the PICO question, which is required of the CAP project. So with that being said then, to start your CAP project, what you want to do is go ahead and open and download the Clinical Advancement Program workbook. This has been updated as of January of 2025. As you scroll down, you will see it outlines the purpose, the objectives of the CAP program, all that information. And then it also provides you the information about applying for the program. What is really important is to know that before beginning your CAP journey, whether you are new or more experienced with it, please review this booklet. Start here because this talks to you about your eligibility criteria and the steps you need to take. It's really important to start from the beginning. Although some of you may have started or completed projects already, please come here first before you submit documents for review. As you go down, it again talks about the different components of CAP. It outlines what is required in your posters, the compensation, all of that is there. And then towards the appendix, there is the intent to participate form. This form must be filled out when an applicant is even thinking about pursuing CAP. The applicant should start filling this out and then meet with their director or immediate leader and with a mentor to go through and identify at what level do they think they will meet when the CAP presentations are awarded. And then at that point also, there's usually an idea of a project that the applicant wants to complete. during this initial meeting, the applicant needs to speak with the leader and the mentor to see, is this a viable project? Do you have support for it? Do we have the resources? If not, sometimes projects have been started and then they haven't been able to be completed. And so it's beneficial to everybody to start at the beginning and make sure you have that support so that you don't, waste time. You want to then get your signatures of a mentor and your leaders, and then submit that to the CAP advisory board so that everybody knows you are planning to apply. Next is the eligibility requirements. This is just a brief overview of what those eligibility requirements are. As you can see, there are currently only 4 levels. That is a change. And the other change is that for the applicants, they need to be in a non-leader role. There is no direct care, there is no indirect care. As long as the nurse is in a non-leader role, they are eligible to pursue their CAP. And then under each level, it just talks about what those requirements are. So if you are a nurse, an RN with 3 years of experience, and you believe you can collect 30 total points from at least 3 of the categories that follow in this document, you have a national certification and you earn 6 leadership contact hours, and you can do this through HealthStream, through taking academic courses. And then you are planning to submit a completed evidence-based practice or QI poster or even a research poster, then you would qualify for level 2. With that being said, the evidence that is required to be collected, this is a table that provides suggestions for your evidence. All of the evidence is grouped together under the magnet criteria, those pillars: transformational leadership, exemplary professional practice, new knowledge and innovation. Again, all of this are suggested activities to show how you've met these different categories. This is not an all-inclusive table. If you think that an activity that you have completed or are working on would fall under a specific category, then speak with your leader and with your CAP mentor and the manager of nursing excellence to see, okay, does it fit under one of these? And then if we believe so, then we will decide on the number of points to be awarded. Again, this table on the left-hand side, it shows you what some suggested activities are, but then on the right-hand side under required evidence, it just tells you how do you provide proof of what you have done. A lot of it is simple as circling the item and having your director put their initials in the box. That's as easy as it can get. All right, so you do have to provide that evidence. And as you scroll down, you can see there are all these different categories. So a lot of opportunities to show what you've already done. And many nurses have already met this criteria. It's just taking it a step forward and document. So in summary, the location of the CAP documents, they are on the Nursing SharePoint site. Just then scroll down to the Clinical Advancement Program, the application process. Please start early. Start 3 or more months ahead of time so that you can make sure you can collect all the evidence and make sure that you're not trying to complete a project in a very short time frame. Projects take a while, and that's okay. But then also the requirements for each level. Those tables are available in the booklet. And remember, the table for each level, it's not all inclusive. So again, if you think you have something that you've done that would fall under one of those criteria or categories, such as transformational leadership, please ask. And more than likely, it does fit under one of those categories. And with that being said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.